And all that is spelled out in a contract between me and the private money lender
Yes.
far in advance. Okay.
Yeah. So what you'll do with the private money lender now, with the private money lenders we have in the program, a lot of this is already defined for them, so it's a clearer process. For somebody that you're negotiating with on the private side of things, when you, let's say you talk to somebody and they say, yeah, I'm interested in this, let's have a longer conversation, and then you have a 30-minute, that's a 3 to 5 minute phone call. Then you set up some time to talk for 30 minutes. And what you're doing here is you're trying to understand, what do you need and can I actually help with that? So they might say, well, currently my 401k is making 4%, right? And I'd really like it to be 7%. You say, oh, I can help there. But if they say, I want to make 60% on my money, you probably can't help there. You know what I mean? Like you're just not going to have that return for them. And that's fine.
Right.
Maybe there are options out there, but there are a lot of people that think they can make more than they can actually make, right? So people with a good head on their shoulders, they'll say 12 to 14% is pretty good. So as you're trying to understand their goals and what they're trying to achieve, you say, I think we can make that happen. So what rates would be reasonable for you? Well, I would want to get 12%. Great. I can make 12% work. Can we do a, no pre-penalty because I want to refinance as quickly as possible? And you'll go through some of those terms. So you agree to them in principle. And then another thing you want to understand is, how much liquidity do you have available to put to something like this? Like, let's say I find a property tomorrow and it's worth X $100,000. How much do I have available? If it's a $500,000 property, do you have 500 to make available to this? Right. And I'm picking an extreme for a purpose, but they might say, well, I got $15,000 available. That's not really helpful for you, right? Because you're reasonably, the property that you're going to buy is going to be 70, 80, $90,000, and you're going to need 10, 20, 30, $40,000 of rehab. So you ideally have one private lender that will lend all of it. So if somebody's got, say, 70 or more, it's worth a conversation. That's great. You understand how much they've got liquid. You come to some clarity on the terms, the high-level terms of the agreement. Then once you find a property, you check back in with them. You say, hey, are we still good? I've got a property, looks really good. I'll send you the details. You send them the details the same way that I showed you in the financing and deal analysis section for presenting to private lenders. All right, send them some comps, send them a summary of what the property looks like and what your expected returns would be. Does this look good? Can you give me an answer in, say, 8 hours, 8 business hours? I'd like a faster turnaround time. And if they say yes, then your next step is to copy them in with the title company. The wholesaler will, or the agent will have likely already brought you into the loop with the title company to open up the title research to be done. You will bring them into that conversation, copy them on it, and say, hi, Mr. or Miss Title Company person. I've copied my lender. He will be funding this deal. Here are the terms of our contract. Please have one of your attorneys draw up an agreement for this. And then mention them, Mr. or Miss Lender, will you reply to confirm all of these details or correct them? All right.
Okay.
So you say that, and then the title company will do everything else.